Yeah, hi all. So, yeah, we are back. So, if you remember, what we did in the previous class was that we made a form, right? Where it is? It is here, create blade.form. It's a simple form, right? So, let's see how it's looking. So, here I have generated I have started my server. See, starting Laravel development server. Okay, now we have to see our URL also. So yes, it's card/create. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, let me come back. See, for example, we don't know anything, like this is our page. So what is URL and all, we don't know anything. So what we will do is that we will see this create.blade.php, where it is in the card. Okay, it is inside the card folder. So to know where it is, okay, this is a good question. For example, if I am a new user, how will I know that from which controller it is getting controlled? There is no way to find that. Okay, I will ask it later. So if you see this card controller, create, yeah, you see public function create, you know this card folder inside that create file. But I wanted to know that is there any process to go backwards, and I don't find any. So okay, leave it. So if we have made simple form and its URL is its URL is card/create. Yeah. So what we will do today, we will insert data into it. So for inserting data, we need to, it was started from, I see it is started. I will close it. I will go here and open my PHP my admin. Let it open. We don't need it right now, just not IPS. Okay, let's come back. So if you remember from our PHP lecture, if we made a form, then we give them names. Like for username, I have given it name uname, for password pass, for city C, and for address it's add. Okay, after giving name, so all the things which the user enters here, like in name, in password, and each and everything, that get stored in this name, right? After that, what we do, we give action and method. Method is always post, this we know, and in action we give the location of the insert file. So there is a different method to give here. See here in the action, we don't give directly the file address. What we give the URL. Okay, so here it will see this URL, and the way of writing this is like this, two curly braces inside that URL, inside that simple bracket, then you write card/save. And if you see here card/save, I have written here, I will directly explain. So it will see this URL. After seeing this URL, what it will do, like we know in our Laravel, all the URL stuff and the linking stuff is done in route. So you see this URL/save, we have given this URL name, and let's go to our route. You see route post cut save. Now let me explain this. You can see the difference here, get, because every time what we were telling our other page to go and get this day, go and get this, but here we are using post, route post. And why we are using it? We are using it because we want to all the data which is entered here and which will get stored in this names, and that thing via method post should go to this page card/save. save should go to this URL, and if we should go into this, and let us read this card slash save is the URL, and from here it goes to the route. Thereby a post sees controller, and from there it sees method name that it goes there. So have you got it? So from in this by the post method, the things will go to this URL. For whenever the URL come, the Laravel will go to the web.php. There it will find that yes, this URL is here. So first of all, it will find this URL from each and everything, and it will be easier to find because there is only one post. So it will find this URL, and when it will come here, it will see this. Okay, there is CRUD controller, right? So it will say okay, in the CRUD controller, in CRUD controller there is a method named save. So it will go there, it will go to the CRUD controller, it will search for a method save, and yes, it will find it. So our data will come here to this function. And the next process I will explain you later. Let's first come back and look our form page. So for your attention, I just want to show you line number 16. You can see @CSRF. So what is this CSRF? This CSRF is an documentation. See, cross-site request forgery, and forgery means the type of thug which copies your signature and your document and all, do plagiarism. That thing comes under forgery. So for this protection only, the Laravel provides us protection, which is cross-site request forgery. So by writing @CSRF, where it is, it will be on top only na. CSRF explanation, username. So it gives us a token every time we do insert and all, we get a token. All right, so let's come back. See, if we don't write this @CSRF, we will not able to get the data. Means we will not able to submit it. The Laravel will not allow us. It is an extra security feature, and as a homework I want you to read CSRF. Okay, so this CSRF was a new thing. After that, let's come back to where we were. So let's go to this method. Okay, no, this is not the method, this is the URL. While looking this URL, we came to know that we need to go inside the CRUD controller, and where in the CRUD controller there is a save method, there we need to go. So we will come here. Now the other point which I want to tell you is that when the point is that when we hit this submit, the data will go into the thing where in the action part, and this save is there in that action part. So when all the data will come here, it will get saved in this request. So all that data comes into this request, means all this 4 data will come into this request. So public function save request, this means that all the data which came in request, I am copying them, I am sending them, cut and pasting them to $data. So what has happened, all the 4 records from here come here in the request, only in the request part, and all I have sent into $data. Now this $data will you can say it as an array because it is storing 4 data, means 4 records: username, password, city, address. And by doing this echo pre and print our $data all, what we do, you all know that by this we are checking that whether our data has come or not. We do this for the first time, and we have done this in the PHP also. Okay, so till here I think all thing is clear, and I want you to focus on this $data all. By doing this only, the thing will get printed. whatsoever we have called. Okay, and I have written here also this both line for checking whether our data is coming or not. Now let's come back. If you remember, now I have told you yesterday, I have told you in the previous video also that now this Laravel is MVC architecture. In the previous, when we have entered data into dairy table, and there we use DB, but now we are using proper model thing. So let me tell you that how it happens. All the database thing is in model, right? And we have made one model also here. If you go over in, you can see in the models we have made this cud.php model. Okay, and what is it? Model is nothing but a class. Means model is a class, and here we have made a model named cud model. So this our cud model is ultimately a class which extends model into it, right? So let's go back to our controller. So now of that cud model class we are initiating an object, and you can see on the line number 19 we have initiated one new object, and the name of that object we have given is $a. Okay, to make this easier, let me I should call it object, object, $object. How it is it looking good? And okay, we cannot call it object. Maybe it is a keyword. So let's check. Yeah, it is not a keyword, so we can use it. So this $object is nothing but an object of cud class, and here you just see I'm saying $object means object of the cud model, and this model is a database, and in our database, let me show you yes, here's the database. We have made 4 columns: username, password, city, address. You can see here also cuds. See, username, password, city, address, these are the 4 things, and you should remember the name is cuds, CURDS, cuds. So all this thing matters. So here by the name you will create your migration, that will become the name of your table. Okay, so we have named all things as varchar, and in Laravel we say that as a string. So this 4 are our column name. Let's get back here. You see this? So we are saying inside this object, inside the object which is a model, there you will find username column, and that username column, what you do, you insert literally insert query is being run. You insert what? You insert that whatsoever is in $data's uname. And what is this uname? Uname is the name create, yes, uname is the name given to the username. So as I have told you that here in the $data all the 4 records have come. Which 4 records? This 4 records have come with the name. Its name is uname, for passwords pass, for city c, for address it is add. So that 4 thing has stored. So we are saying that inside that object you will find a column name username. In that username, what you insert the whatever the thing which you have stored with the name of uname in this data, from request into data, and this data contains 4 things. Out of that 4 things, one thing is uname. That uname is getting stored in username. Similarly, the password stuff is getting stored in password, the city thing is getting stored in city, and this add is getting stored in add. Now we have stored all this part. Now we need to save it, so we save it by using save method. Okay, so let us save. Now after that, you see there is another public function display, and okay, we will come on it later, we will simply display it. So let us do one thing, let us store something, say Norman. We should give it password 123, and where Norman is living, Norman must be living in Kyoto, and address of Kyoto is let's give anything, old temple. I will hit submit. After hitting submit, see where it has gone. It has gone to the CUD save. From here it will find CUD controller, and from that CUD controller it will find save method. In that save method, the data will come into request, and from request the data will go into $data, and $data. Now we received all the 4 variables: u, name, pass, c, and add, and those stuff we have got stored in this. And now let's look into the table. I think it should get inserted. Let me refresh it. Yeah, we find Norman 123 Kyoto Old Temple. So you must be there. I want to ask one question from you. Like here we never told that which database, inside which database. Okay, let me rephrase my question. My question is that how this dollar object know that in which table of which database we want to insert data, right? You should think. Let me give the answer. If you find here that .env line number 10, you see we have given the name of the database name. Yes, you were right. We have given the Laravel underscore CUD name. Now this know the name of our what database, and the table name is same as the migration name because we create a migration, and when we migrate it using a command, the tables get automatically created with the same name. So it knew already. So this all thing was there, and okay, let's meet tomorrow.